Chef, mes hommages.
Good day to you, chef.
Si je peux donner mon avis, on a un candidat qui...
If I might offer my opinion, we have a candidate who chops, who prepares, and that's a good thing. And we have another candidate whose cooking is more honest.
Il faut vraiment trouver la pépite.
We're looking for the hidden gem with the real wow factor on the day of the competition. One thing is certain, a lot of work will be going into preparing the dishes.
Welcome to the heart and soul of a house, the house of Taittinger. Bubbles, poetic moments, historical memories, a family spirit. For 53 years, the Taittinger Culinary Prize has been rewarding the talent of young chefs from all over the world, masters of classic yet innovative cuisine. This year, candidates for the prize, now known simply as Le Taittinger, have gone through several rounds of selection. Stage 1, the selection of the French candidate by a jury of 6 Michelin-starred chefs, chaired by Emmanuel Renaud, the 3-star chef of the Flocon restaurant, voted Best Craftsman of France 2004. And the theme for this new Taittinger format? King Scallops.
Là, je leur donne les grilles de notation, 8 par chef, quoi. Je suis abus dossier.
I'm giving them the scorecards, 8 per chef, because there are 8 candidates. Jean-Pierre Redon, I've been Secretary General for the Taittinger Prize for the past 10 years. So as you know, from now on, with this new approach for the Taittinger Prize, we are going to select the candidate who will represent France at the international final at the end of January 2020. The Japanese and the Dutch candidates have been already selected, and I can tell you that we received 3 applications from Germany, same in Belgium, 3 candidates. From England, 6 applications. Today, you have a scorecard. Afterwards, we will collect the cards with Maître Liévin, and then we record the scores.
Ça va être chaud.
It's going to be tough. It's good to use champagne, and the selection of products is great. We'll be eliminating as we go. There are some great proposals.
Il y a des beaux projets. Là.
C'est pas évident à sélectionner sur
dossier.
Sur dossier. Hein?
It's tough to select from written applications.
D'autres, des dossiers où vraiment t'as...
Some applications are more complete than others. For example, all the budgeting, but some candidates have given a more detailed explanation of their receipts than others. That's a fact.
Vous avez une idée de comment choisir déjà?
Choisir, c'est compliqué. Déjà, choisir, c'est
Do
compliqué.
you know how you're going to select yet?
Christian Millet, restaurant Le Pouillerie au Pré Saint-Gervais.
Selecting is tricky. Really tricky. Christian Millet, Le Pouillerie, restaurant in Pré Saint-Gervais. Look how this is presented, what they choose, how they did it, how they're going to do it. You can try to imagine with a photo, but after that, well, for me, the taste is the most important thing, but then you have to ask yourself what they were trying to achieve and what the taste might be like.
Il faut essayer de sortir le meilleur. Jacques Lameloise, restaurant.
Jacques Lameloise, restaurant in Chani. What we are trying to do is pick out the best. There are 3 or 4 who are looking strong. There's a danger we'll end up overlooking someone. 1 out of 8 is tough, with proposals like this.
Bernard Leprince. Je suis chef de cuisine.
Bernard Leprince. I'm a chef, but I also run a consulting firm. And I manage a restaurant at the Invalides in Paris called Chez eux.
C'est important pour nous d'avoir le meilleur candidat parce que, en tant que lauréat...
As a previous winner, you have a special attachment to this prize. And you always want this year's winner to be the best, because there's a real kinship with other Taittinger winners. I get shivers when I say that, but...
Voilà, j'ai le frisson quand je vous dis ça, mais...
Éric Briffard, directeur de l'Institut.
Éric Briffard, director of the Paris Le Cordon Bleu Institute, but above all, a chef.
Le critère, c'est déjà de regarder un petit peu, la bio, c'est...
One way is to read through their CVs, which give you their career so far, but I won't be basing too much on that. Just because there are big names on their CV doesn't mean they did well.
And then after that, the photo. When you see the result on the plate, is there a balance? Does it make sense? Some applications are really well put together.
Avoir du sens et tout. Là, il y a des dossiers qui sont très bien menés.
Oui, bonjour, je suis Bruno Verjus et je suis le chef.
Hello, I'm Bruno Verjus, and I'm chef at the Table restaurant in the 12th arrondissement of Paris.
Si on revient finalement à l'élémentaire d'un restaurant, le premier rapport que l'on entretient avec une cuisine, c'est le rapport avec les
Getting down to the basics of a restaurant, your first relationship with the food is with the words, by which I mean you read the menu. And often when you read the menu in a restaurant, either you want to eat all of it or none of it. And so with these candidates, I think an initial approach can also be to ask, do these words whet my appetite?
Emmanuel Renaud, chef cuisinier à mon compte à Megève et président.
Emmanuel Renaud, chef and owner in Megève and chairman of the Taittinger for the past few years.
Il y a toujours une bonne équipe, il y a toujours de la bonne humeur et de la rigueur.
There's always a good team, always a good atmosphere mixed with professionalism. It's always vital that we have the same vision, that we find the right candidate and really work as a team. That's important. Le Taittinger is a competition created by a single family. It's 100% funded by Taittinger. It's a great competition. I was lucky enough myself to be a finalist representing England a dozen or so years ago. They're great events, always a lot of work and research. And I think the way the competition has changed is good because it now has a very modern outlook.
C'est-à-dire? In what way?
Disons qu'on était sur des concours plus classiques avec des pièces entières.
In the past, it was a more traditional competition. They had entire menus. It involved lots of work, but now it gives you more a sense of the spirit of the restaurant. It's a modern interpretation, gives people the chance to sample things and imagine themselves actually in the restaurant itself. Lower costs will naturally make it more accessible to more people, and the approach lends itself to greater spontaneity.
On aura plus de spontanéité avec cette direction d'assiette.
On a éliminé déjà 3 candidats, mais n'oubliez pas de noter quand même.
We have already eliminated 3 candidates, but don't forget to score the cards. For now, we will still got 2, 4, 5, 6 and 8.
Alors, on va demander à notre cher Le Prince de nous dire les recettes.
So shall we ask the esteemed Le Prince to read us the recipes?
Bon, messieurs,
Okay, gentlemen.
éplucher, laver et réserver les légumes. Décoquiller les Saint-Jacques en prenant soin de ne pas abîmer les
Peel and wash the
Les
vegetables
mettre
and
au
set
sel pendant
aside.
5 minutes.
Shell the scallops, taking care not to damage them. Put them in salt for 5 minutes, rinse, and set aside between 2 tea towels. Collect the bards of lard and put them in salt for 4 minutes.
Effeuiller et couper les feuilles de choux en deux de façon à retirer
Moi,
les nervures.
visuellement, je préfère le 4. Je trouve que là, ça
Visually, I prefer number 4. For me, it somehow likes a little openness and finesse. A little cluttered, rather a shame.
C'est ce que je voulais dire, il va falloir faire attention le jour de la
What
finale.
I mean is, you need to be careful on the day of the international final with the foreign juries. They'll judge first on visual
Tu me
appearance.
demandes à goûter les deux, je goûte la deux, moi.
Oui, mais ce que Eric a dit, c'est l'opinion d'Eric.
Yes, but what Eric said was Eric's opinion. And you've got yours too, Christian. Yeah, of course. Don't forget to...
Je reviens parce que t'as un petit peu... je trouve que t'as un peu lancé les débats pour un petit peu dire voilà.
I'm coming back because I think you started a debate saying that one of these can become more complex, but the other can also offer a more complex experience in gourmet terms. So it's good to make sure that we're fair to both of them.
Maître Liévin a collecté toutes les grilles de
Maître
notation.
Liévin has collected all the chief's scored cards and will just enter the scores into an Excel spreadsheet and will immediately see the name of the winner, who will represent France at the international final of Le Taittinger.
Le candidat, il a 1, il a 25.
Oui, c'est ça.
So, candidate 1 scores 25. Candidate 2 gets 82. Candidate 3, 30. So, we have the name of the candidate who was selected today.
C'est à quelle heure le déjeuner, les enfants?
Jean-Pierre, techniquement, les
What
autres
time is
candidats,
lunch,
tu peux pas
guys?
nous dire d'où ils venaient?
Ah, Jean-Pierre, on aurait pas mérité
Jean-Pierre,
un petit peu.
haven't we earned a small drop of Taittinger? No? Oh, come on.
Taittinger, là? Non? Ah, quand même!
On a le nom du candidat qui a été sélectionné aujourd'hui.
Apparently, it's candidate number 4 who's been selected, and we'll know the candidate's name in a few days once all the international results are in. And we're looking forward to tasting the dishes. I think there's some hard work ahead. There are great teams abroad. I'm expecting a first-rate competition and final.
Réclame de la 20, une viande, un poisson. Réclame de la 21, une viande, un végétal. Et 2 poissons. En total,
Allez, à la présidente. On a eu du mal, hein. Versant. Très longue vie à la présidente. Mon cher le prince. Voilà. La farandole des trinques.
Oh, look at this. All this clinking glasses.
Alors là, on est chez Poulich. C'est le nouveau restaurant.
So, here we are at Poulich. It's Amandine Chéniaux's new restaurant, who is the organizing committee and has been involved in the competition for many years. And so today we are with all the chefs, including Bernard Leprince, who is responsible for the name Poulich.
Service, s'il vous plaît.
Et les dossiers étaient vraiment différents par rapport aux autres années ou pas? Il y avait un...
L'approche,
elle est complètement différente. Non, mais est-ce que vous sentez déjà bien que l'approche...
Where is the applications really different compared to previous years or not?
Alors, ce qui était intéressant pour répondre plus complètement à ça, c'est qu'on sentait que les garçons avaient vraiment...
To answer that question more practically, what was interesting was the sense that they had really asked themselves, so what can I personally bring to this scallop story? And so they all tried to develop their own narrative with varying degrees of success. But at least they tried. And that was the original goal. I have one big regret, and that's for the candidate who had a real freshness and energy. We had expected a great deal of them for the competition, and poor kid, they hadn't been shown, or didn't understand that their application was totally incomplete.
Mais ce qui serait intéressant, c'est justement de suivre chacun de ces candidats.
What would be interesting would be to keep an eye on each candidate, so you could say that we prepare them for next year. Because someone like that, you can't just let them go.
C'est-à-dire, ça sert à aider ces garçons et ces filles à devenir meilleurs et à avancer. Donc il faut les coacher.
It's also a way of seeing the competition in terms of a story worth telling. It helps these boys and girls to improve and move forward. You have to coach them. There really needs to be a coaching system like that.
Vitaly, comment on prépare une journée comme ça?
Ça se prépare pas, ça se pétrit. Ça fait quand même...
Vitaly, how do you prepare for a day like this?
You don't. You have to work it through like bread. You know, after 12 years of experiencing this adventure, one day you tell yourself, we have to shake things up. And that's what happened last year. And yes, on the day of the competition, not only have we prepared it, but we've worked hard on it, because we have responsibility, even from an ethical point of view. There are young candidates who already have busy lives and are going to spend time on competition, so we have to give them something with real meaning that will build them up and benefit their career. Because there is a real family behind the competition, that means there is something lasting. It extends into the future. There is no pressure applied and no real return is expected. We just want to serve a dish we love, enjoy good food, and ensure that young people continue to get involved in this business, which is an extremely difficult one. Yes, we all have crazy lives, but in the end, we are delighted to be here and appreciate what chefs do.
Mais non, nous on est ravis d'être là pour aimer les chefs.
Next stage, to sample the king's scallops from each country's winning chefs: Sweden, England, Japan, Switzerland, Belgium, the Netherlands, and finally Germany. Is Berlin's Maximilian Kindl ready to take up the challenge? Find out in part 2 of the Taittinger Prize.